Hey everyone, so as you can probably tell, I've been to B&M and I thought I would show you what I've got. So if you want to have a little nosy, then keep... So there were a few things that I really wanted from today's little haul. You know how sometimes you just enjoy a little mooch around B&M or Home Bargains and you have a little coffee treat beforehand and it just feels like really good for the soul. This was more intentional than that, and there was no coffee to be had. It was a in and out jobby, but I have some good bits that I actually really wanted. So I'm just gonna stop chatting and get them out the bag and show you. Okay, so the main things that we went in for were like cleaning bits and then 2 items for our ensuite bathroom. Basically, we have a bath mat in there, and you know when you put them through the wash and like if they've got tassels on, eventually like the tassels fall off, and I've noticed that when we pop it on like the airer thing, the towel radiator type thing, it takes ages to dry to the point where you feel like it's not doing a good job anymore. And I just wanted a cheap and cheerful one. It doesn't need to be aesthetic or anything like that. It just needs to do a good job. And I saw this signature noodle bath mat, and it's got that feeling to it where, you know, well, it says it's super absorbent chenille plush and it's quick dry quality, and you can tell from feeling it. It looks like that. And the picture, I just thought it looked quite like chic. I do obviously appreciate a neutral, but with pops of colour. And I thought this would be really good. And it was only £6.99. They had quite a few that were like discounted. I'm going to predict this now. And we're all gonna have to check ourselves as to not to get offended if we don't feel like it's time yet, because I'm still in summer mode, but there is so much stuff on sale in B&M at the moment, like loads of discounted bits. I bet you any money we're going to start seeing pumpkins before you know it. That's all I'm going to say. But I went for this one, even though there were others that were like cheaper, just because I thought it was like nicer quality and just sort of what I needed. So that was the main thing that I went for, and I was really chuffed because I cannot wait to throw that skanky nasty one away now that is currently living upstairs in our ensuite. So that was the first thing. And then also on that note, we have like toothbrush holders. We've got them in like the main bathroom for the kids, a bigger one, and then we have one. But Mark is in charge of like cleaning our ensuite because he uses it more than I do. And this toothbrush holder that we had like a wooden insert, and you know when like wood and manky toothbrush juice and like time, it all goes like all gooey and gross and not very nice. He like that had happened, and he'd taken the insert out, but now you put your toothbrushes in, and because it's a wide one, they all just go and fall over anyway. And I thought, right, I can't be having that. So I've just got us a smaller one because I think that's all we need anyway, just for 2 people. This was £2.50, and our ensuite has like touches of wood in it anyway, so I just thought it would go in quite nicely in there. And you know, when I've literally had these on my list for a good couple of months, but because there's been so much stuff going on, like all of our kids have had a birthday in the last 3 months, and it's just been really like bam, bam, bam. There have been so many little things that I've not done, and I'm really glad that I picked those up. The next thing that I wanted was just an iced coffee cup with a straw that everybody seems to have. And I know that that is a simple girl thing, but I don't have one, and now I do. And this was the least fussy one. There were lots with like patterns on, like lemons and oranges and all that. I just wanted a plain one, because the problem is with patterns, as much as I enjoy them, like the trends move so quickly that I don't want something that's like, I'll reach for it at say like autumn or like Christmas time, and I'll look at it and be like, why am I drinking out of something that's got lemons all over it? Do you know what I mean? So I just wanted one that I could use all year round, and I thought this was really nice, and it's a good size as well. I think the massive ones sometimes encourage you to like have this huge coffee, and I never end up finishing them anyway, so this is perfect. And I think this was about, it's not got a sticker on, but I think it was about £2.50, and it's really nice quality. It's like ridged, but the ridge is on the inside, so the outside feels smooth, if if that makes any sense. Also, sorry if it's like getting a bit dark. It's been so hot yesterday. I thought I was going to melt into an actual puddle, but today the temperature's come right down and it is giving I'm going to rain soon. So we need to keep moving. The next thing that I went in for are really boring, but I always pretty much pick these up. It's the baking paper and the cling film, and they're like £1 each. And the reason why I love this in particular so much is it's the only cling film I've ever found that is this size. And I think I've said this in a little video before, and I'll have to include a clip, but I have a dispenser in our drawer. Like, we keep tea towels, wax melts and stuff like this in there, and this dispenser fits everything that is this width, and I can never ever find cling film that isn't like this size. Like, this goes down the side of it, so it's fine, but there's a section that literally says cling film and I can never find one. So every time I see this, I pick it up, because like then I know I've got it for next time that runs out. So I was really pleased about them, which is so sad, but you're just gonna have to forgive me because at my age it's the simple things, okay? Speaking of which, we also needed some little bin liners. The kids all have little bins in their bedrooms, and I change the bin every week. Well, they change the bin, I encourage them to do it, and these fit really nicely, and they're also useful for our bathrooms as well. So I just picked those up, and they were like £1, and they've got a little tie handle and they work really well. So again, dead chuffed for that. I then picked up a new bathroom cleaning spray because we have pretty much run out, and this is the Elbow Grease Bathroom Mousse. It has a wide area spray. I've used it before, it smells quite nice, and I quite like Elbow Grease. They do a foam window cleaner that I've waxed lyrical about before, which is so good. So I thought I would get this again and give it a go. And I'm not very loyal to bathroom stuff, so if there's anything that you really love, let me know. Like, recommend some stuff. I do really like the smell of Flash bathroom. I used to want to like drink that when I was pregnant because the smell was just really attractive to me. Obviously I didn't, because that wouldn't have ended well, but yeah, let me know if you got any recommendation. Other cleaning bits. Oh, I was so excited to get one of these. I'm gonna save it to last, First thing I got was Carpet Fresh Pet, the Thai Orchid and Passion Fruit, just because like we do mainly have hard flooring downstairs because of the nature of how many pets we do have. Obviously we've like lost a couple along the way in recent years, but I just find that this really helps with keeping like doggy smells at bay. We have a golden retriever, he's got long hair, he likes a good walk and gets lots of walks all the time, and sometimes can be a bit smelly. So this I just really like as part of our cleaning routine. I always do this and then I follow up with air freshener when I've done all of that. And the one I went for was Frosted Peony and Dark Orchid, which is limited edition, and I didn't actually smell this because there were too many people around and I didn't want to spray it in their face, so we're going to test it together. So you have a smell. I really hope that didn't mess up the lens. Can you still see me okay? I hope you can. And I'm going to have a smell. Ooh. It really reminds me of like a spray that I used to use when I was a kid. Like, it's giving... really makes me think of Impulse or something, or Charlie. Do you remember Charlie? Honestly, if you see this, let me know if that gives you the same nostalgia feeling, because that's what it's doing for me. But it's really pretty, really glad that I picked that up. I love all of the Febreze ones, I think they're so nice. And then this, oh my gosh, right, I spent silly money on like TikTok Shop initially when all like the Spanish cleaning bits were coming across, to get like a few like bits and bobs. I wouldn't say it was silly money. It was just that when you're paying for delivery on like heavy items, you end up paying a bit of a premium then, don't you? But this was my favorite, and it smells like Sarah Jessica Parker lovely. If you ever see this, pick it up because it's beautiful. It's called Ocean Breeze, and you can use this again as an air freshener, but it is amazing on like fabrics and stuff. And one thing that I used to do when I did Vinted, I would always have like little pink parcels that everything went in, and I would give everything a spritz of this before I wrapped it again, even though they were clean and ironed and everything. And I used to get compliments from my reviews saying that like the stuff that she sent smelled absolutely amazing. So that's how nice it is. Honestly, it is so good. And when I saw it, I was like, shut the front door, that is coming home with me. So I can't wait to do my cleaning this week because I'm a loser. But anyway, another smelly thing is some Zaflora, which is the Tropical Palm seasonal scent. I really needed some to use in the washing machine on a clean cycle because Mark's been using my old one for the bins, which obviously needs doing, but then I've run out. Oh, this smells like holiday. If you like pina coladas, that's what it smells like. Really, really good. So I can recommend that. Oh, that's really nice. Definitely pick that up. So that is going to go in my washing machine shortly. And then the final cleaning thing was just this Febreze plug-in refill in Enchanted Wildflowers. It's really nice. It's one of the Mrs. Hinch ones, and I just really, really like these. And again, I love pets and kids and having a busy household, but I'm also really into my smells and stuff. So I put them in like certain areas and stuff just to give it a bit of a boost, and this is one of my favorites at the moment. Really, really good. And then I think the only other cleaning thing that I wanted was this. It's Nappy San, which might sound a bit weird because I don't have kids in nappies anymore. I used to use this all the time when we used like cloth wipes and stuff, and it was great for baby grows and vests when the kids had a blowout and stuff when they were tiny. But it kills bacteria in your laundry and is really good for stains. But one issue I've been having recently, which if you've seen like recent vlogs about like potential perimenopause and like just me and my hormones and stuff, I've started to get really, really weird cystic acne breakouts, and I've revisited everything that I've been using. Like I haven't added anything new into my regime. I was thinking like, what is going on? And one thing that I've resorted to doing is getting rid of all of my face cloths, which I wash regularly on a hot heat anyway, and I've got new ones. But with that in mind, I just want to reintroduce something like this back in, because if there is any bacteria sorry, hay fever, if there is any bacteria lingering on anything, or it could be the cause of something, I just want to stay on top of it for now. So I bought like a multi-pack of like face cloths from Amazon. It was like £9 for like 24 of them, and I'm just gonna keep them all like on rotation and make sure I'm washing them that way, just because obviously like my skin is a big part of like how you feel like confidence wise and stuff, and I just want to make sure that there's no external factors that could be causing it. And obviously if I've narrowed everything down, then and it's still happening, then hopefully that is like just sort of another tick of concern against like where my hormones are at, because it seems to be happening around ovulation, which is just finished, and my skin is looking fine now because it's all died down. But when I say I had a spot on my nose that it was like a mountain, I never get them there. I only get like the occasional blackhead, and when I say like the stuff that came out of it erupted and it filled up again twice, and I honestly didn't know what I was doing with it. That was over the weekend, and I felt so insecure. So I'm just trying to tackle it. So there's my life story. Hope you enjoyed that. And then finally, I just got snacky bits. So the first thing that I picked up, these are in the entrance as I walked in, on offer for £1. Fruit Loops. My children, as I've shared before, think cereal is quite boring. So I picked those up because I thought, oh, Fruit Loops, that's giving US, and that might entice them to be like, oh yeah, I want to try those, they sound a bit different. Then these Capri Sun were like £1 I think, just for 4, and I only picked them up because I always send them in with like a water bottle anyway for school. But as it's been so hot, I didn't know potentially if I could like freeze these or they might burst, so I might not do that, but also keep these in the fridge as an extra drink to have in their insulated lunchbox at lunchtime, just as an extra boost of hydration. They can like fill up their water bottles, but as it's end of term, I didn't think these would be too bad. And also, these are the 0 added sugar ones, plus they have cola, which I've never seen before. If I change my mind on that, I don't know about sending them in with like a drink like this to school, but they'll just be nice to have in the fridge anyway. But it was just an idea, and I thought, why not? I think they'd really like to try the cola one. And then I went mental because if you've seen my videos before, you know that if I see cool sweets, I stock up on them, because it's fun. And I saw quite a few, and we had a sleepover, not this weekend but last weekend, for Bill's birthday. He's turned 13. It was him and 4 of his mates, so 5 of them all together, and it was like locusts had descended on my house. There's nothing left. There was nothing left. I opened cupboards and there were just crumbs and like, I don't know, a little whistle of like the tears of all of the food that had been eaten, but we've got nothing left. And I thought, right, I will get a few bits because I hide them basically, and we have a sweetie thing, which is a big round thing, and it has different compartments, so you can put different flavors in and different types of sweets, and I stock that up. So normally it fits 5 different bags of sweets in, and I stock that up every couple of weeks. And like, I quite like a sweet. I like a sweet more than chocolate, but I found loads. So the first thing were some freeze-dried chewy Skittle things. I actually got these more for me than the kids because I like the freeze-dried ones more than they do. And then I got these ones, which are jelly tart squidges and fruit pastel squidges, which I've never seen before. They look like that, so I thought they would be really fun. And then I got all of the new squashies, which I've been dying to try, but I've just not seen them anywhere. So these are sour sheeting stars. I love the packaging on these. I have the fizzes flavour ones, and then I have the tropical, and we love squashies, so I was so happy to find them. And yeah, that is everything. Not the most exciting haul, but I'm dead chuffed with what I got, and I had a nice time while I was there. Thank you very much. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you all very soon.
So bright I can see the lights taking you up and above the blue sky.